Hi, my name is Joel Kimball, and today for this math project we will be solving problem number 6. So our first step here is to find the first partial derivative for x, which would give you x squared over 2 plus y. Then you find the first partial derivative for y, which would give you x minus y over 2. So now we have our critical points here. So our first step here would be taking an equation, set it equal to 0, and solve for x or y. For this one, I solve for y. So x minus y over 2 equals 0, which would give you x equals y over 2, which then gives you y equals 2x. So for your next step here, which I went over here, you plug 2x in for y and solve for x. So here I got x minus 2x over 2 equals 0, which gave me x equals 0. So then after I get that, I plug 0 back into the equation for x and solve for y, which I did here. 0 minus y over 2 equals 0, which then again gave me 0 for y. So I know one of my critical points is 0, 0. Then I had to do it again for the other equation. So I go over here, and I know that my y equals 2x. So then I plug x squared over 2 plus 2x equals 0, which gave me x equals negative 4. Then I go back and plug x equals negative 4 into the equation to get my y. Negative 4 minus y over 2 equals, or y equals 1/2. So I know my second one is negative 4 1/2 for my critical points. Then for my second partial derivatives, I got for x, f equals xx is x, f of xy is 1, f of yx is 1, and f of yy is negative 1/2. Now I go and find my critical points, my relative max, my relative min, or my saddle point. So the first step here is to find the equation. So I know my equation for this would be x times 1/2, negative 1/2, because that is my yy, minus 1 squared because that is my xy. So that would be my equation. So I go and plug 0 into the equation for x. So 0 times negative 1/2 minus 1 squared would give me negative 1. Oh, I'm sorry. Which negative 1 is less than 0. So I know that would give me my saddle point. Then I do it again for the second point. So I have my saddle point right there as 0, 0. So I'd plug negative 4 in for x and negative 1/2 in. So I'd have negative 4 times negative 1 over 2 minus 1 squared, which would give me 1, which is greater than 0. And then if my xx is less than 0, greater than 0, so my max at negative 4 comma 1/2 would be my max, which would be right there. And since I have my max, I know that I would not have a min.